Hello and welcome. My name is MaryAnn Anderson, and I'm the founder and creator of SmartGrant. SmartGrant has been tailored to meet the needs of two types of subscribers, which we have divided into organizations or individuals. These choices reflect the two primary ways in which funders fund, which is generally either by organization or individual, although of course there are many funding programs that are open to both types of applicants. For the organization category, this would include a wide variety of types of groups. For example, nonprofit, charity, collectives, unincorporated groups, a for-profit business, sole proprietorships, educational institutions, government agencies, or an indigenous organization or First Nations government. If you wish to sign up for an organization subscription, you would click on Get Started, which takes you to the subscription pricing page. From here, you would again click on Get Started, and select the range for your organization's annual operating budget, and then complete the form. Similarly, for the individual category, this includes artists or creators in all disciplines, curators or critics, agents, consultants, creative or cultural workers, arts administrators, as well as artist collectives. If you wish to sign up for an individual subscription, you would click on Get Started, which again takes you to the subscription pricing page. From here, again, you would click on Get Started, which takes you to the sign-up form to complete. Our secure payment process is managed through Stripe, offering payment options through major credit cards and digital wallet systems. You are welcome to sign up for both types of subscriptions if you wish. However, you will need to use two different emails for each account. After you complete your subscription sign-up, you are now ready to log in. To log in, you would simply access through this link here. When you log in, you'll be directed to your personal dashboard, where you'll find all of SmartGrant's primary functions and the link to your eligibility profile. The first thing you'll need to do before you begin using the SmartGrant search function is complete your eligibility profile, which can be found here or here. Completing your profile is key to using and searching the database. The reason is because each grant record in SmartGrant's database has been formatted with two matching areas. The first is related to eligibility of each applicant, as in who that program funds. Each record notes a number of eligibility choices. The second is related to what the program funds, which involves categorizing each funding program record with specific funding focus, meaning the types of activities that funding program potentially funds. We'll have a look at the funding focus function in the SmartGrant search video, but for now, let's look at the profile sections. First, let's review the organization profile page, after which we'll have a look at the individual profile page. As you can see, there are a few profile questions to be answered, and the format here reflects the ways in which funders define eligibility for their programs. Primarily, what you'll see at the top is first and foremost legal structure. So essentially what this is asking you is to define the ways in which your organization is constituted. This could be a nonprofit society or a charity, member-based organization. You could be a cooperative, educational institution, etc. Sometimes your organization may be more than one of these things, and we encourage you to click on all things that apply to your particular organization. The second area you'll need to complete is related to the location of your operations or your activities. And while yes, this is based on where your organization is located or based, it also has to do with where you do your primary activities. Since some funders fund only organizations based in their communities, but some fund organizations based elsewhere but provide services to their communities. So as you can see, we've divided this by areas of the province. So if you click on any of these, you'll get a drop-down menu and you can select those locations for where you do your activities. The next area to be completed is length of time incorporated. This has two choices, 1 year or 2 years. Some funders require this information or require you to be incorporated for a period of time, and some do not. After that is activity operational level, whether or not you're a professional organization or a community organization. And below that is organization type. This has a number of choices here, depending on the kind of organization you are. That could be arts and cultural facility, a presenter, arts training organization, and you may be more than one of the things in this category, so please select all that apply. Below that, we have primary artistic discipline, which is pretty self-explanatory. This is most likely for your organization would be one discipline, but it could be more than one. Last but not least, we have a section which I call Equity Community Self-Identification. And in this area, we ask you to select anything that applies to your organization in relation to how you are mandated or how you are led or who you serve. The reason for this is related to some funders require certain eligibility in order to apply to their program. For example, a funder may require an organization to be an Indigenous organization or an organization that's mandated to serve children or youth, for example. Again, if you're an organization that is not mandated specifically in any of these categories, you would not need to check anything here, and you would receive in your search results all programs open to all types of applicants. For groups that are mandated differently, or for example, serve a rural area, checking this allows you to receive search results that reflect funders that would only fund those organizations. So you would get extra results in your search results. And that's it. That's the completion of this profile. Once you're complete with this, you can hit submit, and it submits and you're taken back to your dashboard. Just a note that you can return and change or update your profile at any time and as often as you wish. So to have a look at the individual grant eligibility profile, as with the other profile, the questions here to be completed in this section reflect the way in which funders define individual eligibility for their programs. For example, we have residency status, whether you're a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident, location of your residency, depending on what province, reflects how funders require you to be resident in their province. Again, we have the question of location of your work or your activity, the type of artist or creator, individual or cultural worker that you are. This includes artists, creators, community engaged practitioners, critics, curators, other arts professional, for example, administrators, production technical people. Again, you may be more than one thing in this category, so we encourage you to select any and all things that apply to you. Your discipline, again, you may be more than one discipline in terms of your individual practice. The level of your practice or your career, whether professional, new emerging, or non-professional. And again, finally, the question around equity community self-identification, which you can select as many things as may apply here or don't apply here. And that's it. That reflects the individual eligibility profile. As with the organization profile, you can return and change your profile at any time and as often as you wish. Once you have completed your profile, you'll be taken back to your personal dashboard. From here, you can access your past saved searches, your grant planners, your profile again, and also link to the SmartGrant search interface. Please check out our next video, which will demonstrate how to use the SmartGrant search interface, saving your searches, and a video after that, which will go through the grant planner.